but the Ohio one. And I think a special thank you to you and your group.
Well, yeah, don't thank me, thank the people that really make it happen, like
You have a
Denise
great
and
group
Ashley.
working with
I
you.
mean, it's a lot of work, and they spend a lot of time on it, and they take a lot of pride in making sure that we put on the best face we can for these lovely young ladies. And it worked out well last night. I'm glad everyone had a good time, but I'm glad it's over, tell you the truth.
You brought it down. You brought it to a new venue last night at Westlake.
Right.
And
One of the things the city has built Market Square in the heart of Crocker Park, and that's for events. Welcome anyone that want to go out and see it. It's a great place to have a party like that, or anything. And so we did, brand new, just came online, and that was our first time we used it. And as always, it created challenges, but it worked out.
a few years ago, there was like a 5-year contract with Tralee, and they were going to renew it. And I think they're very happy with what you have done.
Well, we had a 5-year contract, and they just figured we have a contract in perpetuity as long as we do a good job. When we first went over there and asked about the contract, they looked at it as what contract? It's a relationship, and that's what it really is going forward. It's turned out to be great, and I think everyone on both sides have loved it.
And of course, an offshoot of this, of course, is the twinning of Tralee and your city of Westlake, right?
That's a separate but the same.
Separate but
the same.
Yeah.
And so we've had a lot of chance and to work with both the educational and the governmental people.
Any second or station identification is going to come on. I don't want to seem like I'm cutting you off, but it's going to have to be on the big stations. What they do is they just cut you off. We don't do that. We're nice to you. We know everybody. We don't care. Informality
We're
is the name of the day here. So it's great though that you were able to get Maggie here for this and Mary Kay from the Chicago
It was fabulous. I mean,
group.
people ask me, what is the Rosa Tralee? And, there's a line in that song that said, what is the Rosa Tralee? And that's the truth in her eye. It's a person that you look at, and that's a person. It's the truth in her eye. It's not a beauty contest. It's not a talent contest. It's hard to describe. Denise and I have had a lot of discussions about this, what the rose is, but when you see one, you know one, and we've two great ones right here.
I often wonder, Mike.
Yes, yeah.
We're gonna talk to the. Oh, there's Ashley.
Yes.
We're going to talk. I often wonder what Mary O'Connor would have said today if she had any idea what this thing has become. Mary O'Connor, that 14, what was she, 16-year-old servant working.
Yeah,
and,
she was
William.
only like under 20 when she died or something.
Yeah. Kind of a sad story, but
It's a terrible story.
it is
It was
really
a love story,
it is a
but
terrible story, but it has turned out to just a phenomenal thing. How many years the Rose Tralee? 50 what?
57, is it?
57?
58.
58 years. I remember the first one. I remember as well. I do actually.
You were an escort or what?
No. I only had one shirt to my name in those times and one pair of socks. I wouldn't have been able to be.
And you were the rich kid.
Yeah, right. I was the rich fella in the village. But Mike, we're all looking forward to it continuing on for years to come. It's an event we can plan on every year now.
Hopefully, eventually, I'd like to have the Roses really take it over full time, and I think that'll happen.
While you're building up a fine management team, like Ashley and Denise and
Many of the other
Bridget,
Roses
all
really
of them.
participated
last
night.
Yeah,
too.
they all.
They all like to come back.
Oh,
I'd
my
say
God.
that we only had one, and she just was out of town and just couldn't make it. But as you get more and more Roses, that'll happen more often. But you also have more come back. And Kathleen said that she's very interested in maintaining a relationship. It's an honor to be named a Rose, but it's a responsibility because now that you become a Rose, your responsibility to just take that concept and make it grow, and it's yours, and you've got a responsibility to future Roses along with all your other Rose sisters. So it's definitely, these young women really view it quite differently than someone that's just in a regular contest. This is not a contest. This is really a heritage, and they've inherited that heritage, and they take it serious.
But Mike, isn't it a great advantage for the city of Westlake? I mean, It's good. It's good for the city, isn't it?
Well, it is. We
Say yes.
We say yes, but you know, we really. Westside Quarter Partners is the exchange that educational, civic, and charitable with our sister city. And when we got over there, is how could you have a better cultural exchange than Tralee? Although the festival out there is separate from the city, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. So we've had a lot of the Tralee officials over, and we've got a good establishment of a good thing, and we're going to do some really neat things with some of the interactions between our cities. We've already set up our library is going to go over to and actually establish a relationship with the library over there. Our hospital, for instance, St. John's, it's very similar. Bon Secours over there is a very similar type situation, and they're getting together, and our schools are getting together. So we really do want to make it more than just something that is on your resume. We want to have a real relationship.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. As always.